take two.
Alright, so this is something that Albert and I were working on last year in our learning lab. It was a fun thing to do to have students track their credits as they progressed. You could see when they were successful, see when they weren't successful. We had it nice and colored up and things like that. But during the course of this year, we were working together. We're trying to figure out a way to implement what Mike and Krista have on their spreadsheet and kind of just plug it in to one of these sheets for each individual kid. So if you can see, like, well, not that you can see this, it's kind of blurry, but you can see that it says here that they need, this is world geography, right? That they need 1 credit. And it says that they have 0.75. That's automatically updated. The only thing that we have to hand enter right now is the boxes. So,
Sorry.
it's okay. So we just have to implement that, and that's something that we're working on also. So
Basically, we still get a lot of questions from kids about credit every 3 weeks, even though we hand out, you know, what I think is a pretty spelled out way for them to understand their credit. But the piece that's missing is that they don't have any ownership in that. It's really easy for them to look at it and put it back in their folder, and then 2 days later go, I've got to see my counselor. I'm done with this class. I don't remember what credits I have. So then they come down, and then we're kind of redoing the same work that we just did to put those credits in the first place, and they don't have any ownership in terms of understanding and interacting with their credits so that they know where they are. So that's kind of where this came out of. We decided that we wanted to figure out a way that gave students some more responsibility, and also, if you've ever seen the spreadsheet we're dealing with, it's ridiculous. It's got 12 different colors on it, it spans a wide screen, and we are hand inputting quarter credits every grading period. So there is a likelihood that there could be some errors to that. So because of that, this is a good way for kids to be able to double check us as well, and to double check you guys. Sometimes you put in you think you put in a pass for a kid, and then it doesn't take, and then the kid thought they passed the class, and we don't get the credit, and there's this whole kind of disaster about it. So this is a good way to kind of double check everybody to make sure the kid did what they were supposed to do in the first place. You guys got the credit in, we received the credit and got the credit back on their spreadsheet. So that's kind of the full circle process that we're looking at.
Also, part of the purpose of doing it this way is so students can cross off, see what they've completed, and then switch a class once they've completed something. Oftentimes I'm emailing Chris Johnson saying, hey, this kid took econ, what can you do about it? It's 4 days into the grading period and the student's still in your class. And that includes any class that's a required class that can't be completed for credit again. So if someone's finished with biology, they're still enrolled in biology, by the time I actually see their grades, it's too late to switch their class. So this way kids can be more proactive with seeing what they need to complete, because if we're making them cross off what they've completed, I think they're a little more accountable. And then they'll also have our old sheets that we've been handing out to you guys in advisory to double check. So this is just one more step for students. During this process, what we did is Rob was nice enough to make this sheet, and Jenny told us that there could be a way that she could do a spreadsheet pull, and all of these boxes would be, basically they'd be blacked out. So if they've completed a class, they'd be blacked out, and there'll be little boxes everywhere where they need credits. And I kind of lost track because we're being videotaped.
So you guys are starting to get the regular reports that students get, but from that report, they oftentimes don't know if they actually passed their classes. Because in order to figure that out, they have to compare last time to this time. So students will get that still in advisory. They will also get this, which is a summary of the classes that they have had the previous grading period. So it should show English 11, 12, this particular student number 1 passed. So they'll get this sheet. Then they will have this that will stay in advisory. That student just passed English 11, 12, so the kid is going to color in 1 box for English 11, 12, because they earned a 0.25. So that's going to help them kind of interact. This sheet, at the end of that, at the end of advisory, once they've colored things in, this sheet should match the sheet that we've handed them that tells them what credits they need. If it doesn't, then we have to go back and kind of figure out what happened.
Okay, I remember where I was going with this. Kristen, sorry to interrupt.
That's all right, that's what editing is for.
We surveyed students. We took a couple kids from each grade, had them sit down, and we explained this process to them, of how this is going to work. And then we did a survey with them to see if this was going to be something that would be useful. And every student that we surveyed said that this is something that they were able to do. It would help them track their credits better. And once we were done showing them how to do this, they said that they could explain this to their peers. So we felt comfortable saying this is something that we could probably implement as soon as maybe try 3.
Our goal is we will be redoing transcripts like we do every trimester. So once grades are in after this grading period, we'll request transcripts from Donna. We will recalculate everybody's credits and make sure that everything's accurate, and then we will try to roll this out immediately following that. But we have to hand color in all of these sheets right now. So it's going to be a little dependent on when we can get the transcripts and when we, how long it takes us to color in all these sheets, but we're going to try to get those out to you as soon as possible.
The goal is grading period 10, so that would be the one after, the full one after spring break.
We will also include with that a sheet with bullet points for you guys to help you understand some of the intricacies of credits that may come up when a student has already completed the course, or they're done with art, so now what? Well, art counts for electives. So we'll get you some of that info, and then as kids bring questions up to you, if you would email that to us so we can put that all out to people, because I'm not sure what they're going to ask, and I'm not sure exactly what you're going to encounter in advisory. So we want to be able to get you those answers, and of course you can always send kids to us with questions, but if we keep seeing the same questions coming up, we want to make sure we can get the information out to you guys. So anytime something comes up and you don't know how to answer, feel free to email us, and we'll add it to the bullet sheet for next time.
And if you guys find this useful, this is something that we want to implement next year, because any new kid walking off the street or coming from Cooper or wherever out of our district, this is a very nice visual picture of what they need to do to graduate from our district. There's always a lot of confusion. Oh, I went to this school and I only needed 24 credits. Well, that's because they were full year credits or something. So also kids who are switching from like a block schedule onto our schedule, this is going to be a very useful tool for them. So any feedback would be appreciated.
Any questions?